Now the tying run is at the plate. Tony Oakes. Tony's hit 2 home runs this year. He has struck out and sacrificed in this ball game. Swings, hits one high and deep to left field. Fair or foul? It's going to be a foul ball over the scoreboard.
So it had the distance, just not the right direction.
Totally got under a fastball from left-hander Bobby Beard. Hit it high, hit it deep. But it was fouled by about 10 feet. Well over the scoreboard, down outside the left field foul pole at the 325 mark.
Got a pitch up and hit it. That was going all the way. Just, you didn't know whether it was going fair or foul. Went right over the scoreboard, foul.
Yeah, no doubt about it, man. When it was touched off, you knew it was going to be back in the trees. 1 strike to count. Beard's next pitch popped up right side. Second baseman over near the first base bag and makes the catch. Baconhester has to hold down at second base. 2 outs in the inning now. And that'll leave it up to Rick Cameron. Cameron again represents the tying run, a 4-2 game. Red Lake scored 2 in the first, 2 more in the top of this inning, the 6th. SIC got 1 back in the bottom of the first. 1 here in the 6th inning, trying to get more. Cameron is 1 out of 2. Singled his first time up, then flied out to center field. Rick is 1 out of 5 on the afternoon. Came in hitting .383 on the year. Big, strong right-handed batter. Curveball right back to the pitcher. Beard fields, runs it halfway across to first base, and finally throws for the out to retire the side. Falcons score 1 run, though, on only 1 hit. A walk, 1 error, and 1 man left on after 6 full. It's Red Lake leading SIC 4-2. 7th inning coming up. 4-2 ball game. SIC on the short end of that score. After losing the opener 8-1, had their 8-game losing streak snapped. Red Lake came in leading the league. They're now 16-1. Falcons 11-6. 15-6 overall on the fall season. Most games Dave Mofford has ever won here, back I think his first or second year in the fall we're talking about now. His ball club went 16-2, so 16 victories, the most they've ever won in the fall. And as we said after this one, they still got 10 games left on the schedule. So that record is going to go by the wayside. Joe Humiston leading off, takes a pitch from Steve Markey, a little bit low and outside. Joe is 1 out of 3. Doubled and scored the first run back in the first inning for Red Lake as they jumped on top early. Next delivery, check swing. Slow hopper hit down to Volkman, in from second base, throws it up. So Humiston on the check swing, grounds out 4-3. Leadoff man is down. That'll bring in the number 2 batter in the lineup, Rick Gaby. Gaby has reached out an error, singled, and popped out to the second baseman. 1 out of 3 in this one. 3 out of 8 on the afternoon.
The Falcons were shut out up at Ina against Red Lake, though, 4-0 and 10-0, so they're playing a little bit tighter here.
Yeah, so in four games now, if I'm not mistaken, I think SIC's only managed 14 hits in the 4 games against Red Lake this fall.
And only 3 runs.
Gaby looks at ball 2 from Steve Markey. Gaby 5'10", 165, a sophomore out of Woodlawn. Right-handed hitter waits. Way high, ball 3. Markey has not pitched that badly, though. He's given 4 runs, but only allowed 6 base hits. Or 5 base hits, check that. As walk 2 hasn't struck out anybody, and misses ball 4 back to the screen. Tony Oakes will have to hustle back and keep the runner at first base. Gaby hangs on there with a 1-out walk. 3rd walk issued by Steve Markey. And that'll bring in Waltonville's Tim Dressler. Dressler, the sophomore shortstop. Working on a 1 out of 6 afternoon with an RBI. Got a sacrifice fly in the first inning of this game. First pitch to him, outside corner fastball, strike one. 1 on, 1 out, top of the 7th inning, second game of our twin bill at Falcon Field. Red Lake on top 4-2 in this one. Falcons will have the 8th and 9th batters due up. And then the leadoff spot in their home half of the 7th inning. 1-1 the count on the batter. Gressler lined into a double play in the 3rd inning, flied out his last time. Runner going, pitch, high and outside, throw down is not in time. Stolen base by Gaby. Oaks had a good pitch to handle. High and away. Came out of the chute firing, but his throw was off toward the first base area and off the glove of Neil Vogtman covering the bag, so Gaby on at second with a stolen base. Base hit here from Dressler now would make it a 3-run lead. Dressler waits, pitch. Fly ball right field. Ryan Gray in his tracks having trouble with the sun. Makes the catch though. Runner tags on his way, draws no throw. He's at third base with 2 down. That's about the first play I think Gray's had all day in the doubleheader out in right field, and that ball hit right to him. Tough Sunfield out there. Ryan shaded his eyes and in his tracks made the catch. Here's McIntosh. Runner at third base with 2 down. Cliff has singled, grounded out, and reached on an error, scored a run. Backs away from ball 1, up and in from Markey. McIntosh was on base all 4 times in the first game, 2 doubles, 2 walks. He's been on base 2 out of the 3 times in this game. Big left-handed hitter. Takes a strike over at the knees. 1-1 the count. Well, Markey certainly doesn't want to go to the bottom of the 7th, needing 3 runs to get back in this thing. Trails by 2 right now, wants to hold it right there. Next pitch is over but low. Runs the count to 2-1 on Cliff McIntosh out of Clay City. Six feet tall, 200-pound sophomore weights. Ball 3. Chuck Valier calling balls and strikes in this second game. He's out of Mount Vernon, Indiana, but hometown as well is Pinckneyville. Ball 4. Puts McIntosh on base for the 7th time in this doubleheader. 3rd time this game. Well, they had first base open, obviously, and didn't really want to mess with the big guy. They'll take their chances with Brian Etter, the catcher. Etter has walked, singled, and driven in a run with a sacrifice fly after going 1 for 4 in the opening ball game. Evansville, Indiana, from Memorial High School. Freshman, 6 feet tall, 180-pound, right-handed hitter. Markey, the Falcon freshman, trying to win this inning. 2 on, 2 out. Runners on the corners. First pitch, high and away.
Come on, Brian.
Cantwell holding the runner at first base. Next pitch, popped him up. Short left field, this ball could be troubled. Murray giving chase, makes a diving catch. Cannot come up with it, ball gets by him. McIntosh is going to be held, though, over at third base. As Etter chugs into second base. So, 1 run in, it's a 5-2 ball game.
So a fly ball into left field, and Mike Murray, replacing Tim Leffler, had just as much trouble as Leffler did playing out in left field, and a run is in. A runner goes to second base for Run Lake. Now it's 5-2. McIntosh goes over to third.
So Leffler saying in the dugout, maybe it wasn't me after all, huh? It's like the Bermuda Triangle out there. Anything hit, you just lose it. Here's the pitcher for Red Lake, Bobby Beard, at the plate. Takes a fastball up and in. Ball 1. Runners at second and third, top of the 7th inning. A 5-2 lead for the conference leaders, Red Lake's Warriors. Beard waits, swings and misses. Pitch in on him. Evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Our next broadcast here on WDRW-FM of Falcon Baseball is going to be next Saturday, October 5th, when the Falcons are home to play a 1 o'clock doubleheader against Paducah. 1-1 pitch, fastball outside corner, strike 2. So the pitcher, Beard, is in the hole, 1-2 here.
But he's only batted twice this year, both in this ball game, and he bunted both times.
2 on, 2 out. Count of 1 ball, 2 strikes. Markey, curveball, hit past the mound down to shortstop. Melsheimer throws him out at first base to win the inning, but 1 run scores, 1 run without there was that 1 bloop base hit off the bat of Eder for the RBI, so 1 run, 1 hit, and a couple of men stranded. Last chance coming up, bottom of the 7th. The Lake fans in an uproar between innings. We looked up on the scoreboard. The 5-2 score in favor of Red Lake went to 12-5 in favor of SIC all of a sudden. Now it's back where it's supposed to be, 5-2. Last shot of the day. SIC need 3 runs to get back in this thing. They'll have Ryan Gray, Mike Murray, and Tim Leffler, the scheduled hitters. Ryan Gray, right-handed batter, waits. Curveball grounded hard to third base. Third baseman up with it, though. Throws across in time. Now, Gray hit the ball hard, but right at Bobby Ness, and Ness throws him out. 1 down in the 7th.
Ness put the glove down and surprised he had it in there. Made the long throw in time to get Ryan Gray 1 down, and in steps Mike Murray.
Bobby Beard starting for the 4th time this year. He has got 1 complete game. 2 outs away from his 3rd victory. Murray swings, first pitch, pops it up, foul ground, catcher giving chase, Eder runs it down, makes a nice catch for the 2nd out.
And Steve Markey is going to bat for Tim Leffler.
Leffler was removed back in the 6th inning. From left field, Mike Murray went in to play left field.
I think this is the first time Steve Markey's batted all year.
Yeah, and Murray was batting anyway in the DH slot, so Markey is going to have to hit for himself here. Takes a strike. Good fastball over from Bobby Beard, trying to win the ball game. Base is empty, 2 down, bottom of the 7th. 5-2, Red Lake lead. They won the opener. Here's the next pitch, low in the dirt. Evens it up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Markey has not been to the plate yet this year, until now. 1-1 pitch, low ball 2. Steps out, looks down at third to Dave Montfort. A count of 2-1. Montfort needing base runners. What do you think? He flashed the sign at him. Pitcher and catcher having a conversation as Markey was out looking down for the sign. Everybody's set now. Beard looks in, the left-hander winds and brings it home. Misses outside, ball 3. Well, Markey shouldn't even have to look down at third base now. With a 3-1 count, Falcons need some runners. Melsheimer is on deck if Markey can get on base here. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Ball 4, he drew the 2-out walk. 3rd walk of the day issued by Beard, who had walked only 1 batter in 14 innings coming into this one.
Paul Evans is going to make a pitching change.
Yep. So Beard will not be around at the finish of this one. He will leave the ball game in the bottom of the 7th with a man on first base, 2 out, leading 5-2. Red Lake making a pitching change. We're back in just 1 minute. Pitcher Lee coming in with 2 down, runner at first base. His team leading 5-2. He relieves starter Bobby Beard. Beard worked 6 2/3 innings, gave 2 runs, only 3 hits, walked 3, struck out 2. Leaves the game leading 5-2.
And I think Dave Montfort wants a pinch runner for his pitcher.
He's got to get Markey off the base paths and bring in Mark Pierman, another pitcher, to run for him. Well, Markey helped his own cause, drew the 2-out walk to keep the game going. Falcons need 1 more base runner before they can have a chance. Here's Melsheimer at the plate. Slide out twice, reached out an error the other time after going 1 for 3 in the opener. Left-handed hitter against the right-hander, Brian Lee, who misses outside with a fastball. Lee comes in on the year. A record of 2-0. He's got an earned run average of 0.66. 5'11", 170-pound sophomore out of Fairfield. And he does throw hard. 1-ball pitch. Hit down on the ground to shortstop. They'll go the short way for the force out, and that'll end the ball game. 5-2. The Rend Lake Warriors won the second game. They sweep the doubleheader. Back to wrap it up right after this.